I like that intro. I always did. Action and music. Hello and welcome to Taekwondo Training. I'll be instructor for today's show, Bob Lemire. What I'd like to do on today's show is a couple easy combinations, maybe your hands, elbows, punches, and maybe a couple of little kicks. A lot of times I'm doing the same thing. Within 1 year, I could do the same type of show 3 or 4 times. That's because I think that's important. Certain things are really important. And when we're doing combinations, all right, always remember, all it is a basic technique and another basic technique added with it. Maybe another one, depending on 1, 2, 3, whatever. And then getting speed and power and accuracy. You put it all together and you keep practicing. Boy, you've got martial arts. You've got Taekwondo. All right? So all Taekwondo is, and advanced Taekwondo, is putting together a lot of moves. I mean, it is knowledge and it is time, but it's a lot of moves together, precision, speed, power. Everything just blends together by constantly training with those easy basic techniques. And I'm going to show you again today. Start off with very basic, and then we're going to add the combination. You're going to say, wow, we do this a lot. But how much is there to do? There's a million things to do. But how many parts of our body do we use? Let's use them in different ways, okay? I'm going to start off with, let's start off with an elbow, all right? A lot of times I come on the show, I have a vague idea what I want to do, and then it just comes to me. It starts flowing. All right, and an elbow is very basic, very easy. All right, and we'll start in our left fighting stance, and very quickly again, left fighting stance. Your feet are shoulder width apart, almost like walking. All right, it's not long. That's a forward stance. It's not a back stance. It's like walking, and that's the fighting stance because you're in that stance all day. All right, you don't even realize it. You're walking, boom, you're ready to fight. All right, so you're going to keep all your body nice and relaxed and loose, all right? What we're going to do is my joints are all loose, my body's loose. I've warmed up as much as I could, okay? Stretched as good as I could, just so everything's ready to go, all right? If you don't, then things could be tight, and then you could, really hurt yourself. You really can. And it takes forever. But the older you get, the longer it takes to heal. All right? And when you start tearing muscles, ripping muscles, even your joints, if they're not warm, they're not happy. It's like cold. And as the winter comes, you want to warm up. Even a fighting stance. Hands are up. Look at tight. All right? Nice tight fist. All right? Now you can make a tight fist without tightening your whole body. Tighten your fist and the rest of your body is loose. When we do an elbow, all right, basic again, I'm in a fighting stance, and then when you use an elbow, you're using it because of the fact that someone's close to you. Maybe they've grabbed you or they're right in your face. Boom! This bony part of your elbow, all right, the bony part. You hit someone with that, it's like hitting them with a bat. I always say that, or a stick or something, because it's hard. You can injure yourself when you break boards or you're doing something, but I think if you hit someone in the face or even any part of the body, you're really not going to hurt yourself too much. All right. As you do it, if you've got a little of your forearm, that's fine. But your elbow right there, pointy, it goes right into the face, and wherever it hits in the face, hit your nose, hit your jaw, hit your eye, it'll break bones. That's how strong it is. All right. And take your elbow, just very lightly hit your hand. Wow, very lightly. So what happens if you went with a hard shot? Your hands are up. Someone's coming in. Boom. All right? Your hands are here. Look at how I twist my hand downward. So I could do a back fist if I want, but that's my elbow. All right? How easy is that? All right? So they're going to grab you. Boom. They're right in your face. They grab you with both hands. Boom. If all of a sudden their hands was in the way, or their arms, boom, you come up with the elbow underneath the chin, right? But this one, you're here, boom. Now, if you hit here or you hit to the rib, all right, you're startling your opponent. You're going to startle them. Gives you that. And when you startle someone, that split second, all right, they're not ready to retaliate because they're trying to figure out what just happened. What did I just get hit with? And the pain goes through their body. You have that split second to hit them with another shot. All right? So you're here, bang. And when I do this, I'm not just doing this. Look at it. If I do this without any kind of hip motion, all right, there's really no power. You can do it, but you got to snap. You got to snap, snap. And by doing that, your hip goes and you follow. Snap. All right, so say I hit them in the jaw or the side of the head or the nose. Here. They're stunned. As I've done that, see my feet? I'm going to twist. I'm going to twist on the balls of my feet. And even if my hands are down here and someone grabs me, boom, all right? Grab me here or they're coming really close, boom. From here, see how I turn? Here, spin. Now, you don't have to turn all the way, but you can turn so your peripheral vision, if I'm looking there, I can see here. Boom, right to the face. And I've come, after I've hit here, as I'm coming, see my hand? Going to be facing up, and then I'm going to twist it. I'm going to twist as I hit. And that twisting in your hip jog together creates the power, all right, that's going to generate into their face or into any part of their body that you're going to hit. So if I went here and here, I'm still in this fighting stance. I could pick up my leg, throw a back kick. Right? Here, pick up my leg, boom. See how easy that was? Because I'm in this stance. I'm not pretzeled out. So you don't want to be here and try to turn. And now, look at, I'm off balance here, and I call it pretzel. I'm all tied up. You have to slide just a little. Excuse me. Slide, boom. Here, to the face. You didn't want to do the face, you hit them here, first in the face. Then, instead of going up and high, you start this way and go mid. All right? And that mid hits them in the solar plex, or anyone in the stomach, but if it hits them in the solar plex, I don't care if you did 1 billion sit-ups and your chest was out like this. If I hit you in that solar plex and put your finger down here, it's where your ribs meet down here. It's sensitive. Can't build it up. You can build up your stomach, hard as a rock, chest as hard as a rock. This little button right here. And that's what we're going for. You hit them there, they're going down. Right? And take your finger and just tap your solar plex. And you're going to feel a little bone right there, like protrudes in between. That's where your lungs kind of go together. You hit that, they're going down. I'm not going to say it's permanent damage, but they're going to have some damage there if you hit them with the pointy part of your elbow, right? Boom, and you're spinning around hard. Hitting them there, they're dropping. That's martial arts, all right? And it's excessive, all right? You really, and when I'm showing you this, and I say it every time I do a show, please don't do this with your friends or relatives or family. And you're going to hurt somebody. You'll break a jaw, or you're going to really hurt them if you say, well, look what I learned today. It happens all the time. All right? I've been training over 50 years. I've seen people say, watch this, bang. And they're not ready because they haven't trained enough. They just saw, oh, this is a new move. When you get a new move, don't practice it on anybody. Practice it on a big, heavy bag or pads or something, all right? Into the air, into the mirror. Not on your friends. We always want to stay safe. All right, so that was your elbow. All right, elbow here, spin, high section. See, my hands are down this way, high section. If they're midsection, they come up. All right, and that gives us distance, and it gives us the hip jog. Everything's about the hip jog also. All right. Same thing with you. Let's go back fist. All right. See that we're spinning now, all right? A back fist, nice tight fist. When you throw the back fist, like to come here, but you don't have to really wind up, all right? The more you do it, the quicker you can. And notice I kind of give myself a little forward, a snap, to get that extra distance. I don't have to. Bah! Snap. I'm hitting with my my middle finger and my index finger, those two knuckles. And if you could probably see them on camera, you can see the size of my knuckles. They used to be bigger. It's by hitting pads and hitting boards and really abusing them when I was younger. I had to slow down because arthritis will set in if you really abuse your ligaments and your muscles and your joints, and those, they took a beating. And today, you know, I'm almost 70. I can feel them tightening up, but I keep working, I keep moving. So keep everything going. But when you do a back fist, the two front knuckles here, and those are strong because of the way they're aligned with your arm, and you hit. If you hit down here, especially if you're breaking boards, you might break the baby finger. You might break that knuckle. It's kind of weak, all right? But those two knuckles there. Now, see how my instructor would always say, put your hands underneath the other so that it wouldn't be too low or it wouldn't be too high. It'd be parallel. Then, if you do that, and also if you're not doing this, letting this hand hang, you're not hitting, and now it's wow, wow. See, it's a combination. 1, 2, 1. Even if you didn't hit them, but it was in their face, it's like a jab in boxing. Gets in their face, right behind it is a good punch, all right, or a kick, all right. 1, 2, 2. All of a sudden, they're getting hit with a barrage of different types of kicks and punches. It's hard to defend, all right? So you're here. And look at how, whenever I really start doing a technique, you notice all of a sudden I get the bounce, all right? I get the bounce. I want to be as loose as possible. Nothing tight works. You know, you can't be throwing any technique if you're tight. Any sport, think of it, you cannot be tight. Even if you're throwing darts, can't throw darts really tight. Can't throw a football tight. Can't swing a golf club tight. It's fluid. And that's, you know, it's like ballerina. It's like everything you do in sports is like as a ballerina would train, but just fluid. So that you've done it a million times. It's easy. All right? And that's what training and that's constant repetition all about. Repetition. When I said repetition, it doesn't have to be 2-3 hours a day. You spend 15 minutes a day if you wanted to on stretching and throwing a couple of kicks. That's beautiful. It's a start, too. And it will work. It will work. You'll learn certain things, even if they're basic. It's basic what we're doing. All right, so we did the back fist here. I'm here, bang. I snapped here, and then I spun and did a back fist, whether it's high or low. All right, and it's the same spin. All right, here, see how very lightly I pick up my foot, or I spin, and I slide, so that I'm in a fighting stance in the opposite direction. All I got to do is pick up my leg, my back leg, and I'm going in that position to throw a beautiful kick. Pretty easy, right? So those are two basic techniques, the elbow and a back fist. Knife hand could be the same thing. And if you do a knife hand, snap it. Then when you're here, snap. Wherever you're going to end up with your technique, especially your hands, have them opposite to the end. The beginning to the end. All right? Because you don't want to just go, I can't even do it. You don't want to do this. You want to snap. Snap it. Snap. All right? Snap. Look at my punch. Snap. Arc hand. Snap. All your hand techniques opposite to the last second. And that last second snap is when your hip and your hands, all right, are completely together. Right? They're working together so that you snap at the last second. Very loose till you get there, and then tighten up as you're going to hit your opponent. And that's where your technique is. And that's where your power, and your speed come from. Right? So it's all hip jog too. I mention hip jog every show. I'll mention hip jog, and good way to practice. You can be in a horse riding stance. Boom, boom. Look at it. And your belt goes. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. In a fighting stance. 1, 2, 3. You do that in the mirror 10 times in each stance. Watch your stomach. Watch your core muscles tighten right up. And they'll tighten up really quick. The more you do it, the tighter they're going to get, and they're going to get used to it. It's like a runner's, that runner's pain that they get. Eventually it goes away. But when you start off, you got to get used to it. All right, so let's do a couple of kicks. All right, we got 10 minutes left. Front round kick. All right, when I do a front round kick, I'm in a fighting stance. All right, I'm doing a front round. I'm not doing a 45, which is 45 angle. It's a very short kick, midsection. Bah! I'm going to do a front round kick, which could be midsection. All right, it could be high section. All right, but you're coming this way. All right, a lot of schools. They'll throw the front round kick from an angle, try to get the angle. That's 45. I don't even care if it's high. A front round is a different kick, and it's coming at a 90-degree angle from your body and parallel to the floor. And it comes up, and it's great for high, but you can do midsection. I'm going to stay midsection for all you new students here. I don't want to go crazy here, and people go, I can't kick that high. I'm not that stretched. This I can't do this. No. Midsection. You can do midsection. Boom. Look at that. That's a front round kick. Fighting stance, chamber. Fighting stance, chamber. Look at my foot. Right? I can kick with the ball of my foot, which is your toes curled back, if you're in this position, or the instep. When I'm kicking someone in a sparring, a lot of times I'll use my instep because I get a little distance, especially from sparring. If you're breaking boards, you want a lot of people will kick with their instep, but that's how you really hurt yourself. You can hurt yourself. If you kick with the ball of your foot, you're kicking with the meaty part of where your toes bend and that tip of your foot, the palm of your foot. And that, you can break boards. But now I'm going to use my instep. Up, bang. Notice the chamber. Again, chamber. You can do that in the mirror. Do that 10 times, watch your stomach muscles. Then throw a kick out. After I kick, you don't want to go here and boom. You don't want to drop it. Always stay in control of your stances and your balance. Right? So you kick. If you want to kick and come down into a fighting stance, fine. You can kick, but don't let it drop. So I'm kicking, I'm chambering, and I'm coming back. Chambering, all right? The chamber. I'm kicking, and then I'm chambering, come back. That chamber is key to speed, right? So you threw a front round kick, right? Now we want to add a combination. And that combination, let's say what I used to like was front round kick, whether I dropped the foot or just left it in the air, a hook kick, right? And I'm going to do a basic today. I'm not going to do the keep it in the air, because you can do the keep it in the air when you have a chair and stuff. I don't want you to lose balance. But if you do a front round kick, right, and then drop very quickly on the ball of your foot, bring it back up, and then hook. All right? So you're going to have here, kick, down, and kick. All right? That's midsection. So that's front round kick. I'm hitting to the side. All right? All right? Hitting to the side. As I land, I bounce right back up. And then I hook it to the side, all right? So I kick, boom, and then hook. So I'm hitting the sides or the head. Or I go midsection and high section, all right? I can go midsection, front round kick, touch, high section. And when you do the hook kick, front round, you want to come, all right, say 45 degrees from your opponent to start your kick to pick up velocity and speed and power. You don't want to kick and then try to do the hook kick straight on, because now you don't have anything to hit. When you hook, you got to come in and hook. All right, that's what we call a hook kick. And you can practice a hook kick. You can practice a hook kick by itself in the mirror. You're going to practice it. Hold on to a chair. Have someone keep you steady if you want. Hold on to them. Fighting stance, all right, you're in a fighting stance. Okay. Just pick up your leg and hook. Hook, all right? Pick up your leg, hook. You can hit with your heel, which is great for breaking, or you can hit with your whole foot extended, all right, for distance. if you're competing. When you compete, you're always trying to fight for distance and for the ultimate distance that you can have, all right, to your opponent, so that he can't get any closer to you, but you can actually get closer to him with your kick without getting closer. So that's extending the leg. All right, last week we had a show a couple weeks ago of my foot extending and having your heel into the direction of your kick so that you can extend a little longer. Instead of having your foot this way, you're extending. Look up my old show. The whole show was about that. And so that's two basic techniques, all right? And when I say basic, within the first year or first 6 months of martial arts, you'd probably learn those. Front round kick you'd learn quick, and then the hook kick is a little different. Then you have, say you have a front snap kick, the most basic kick you could do. Front snap kick, right? Just pick up your leg and back. Look at, I try to stay basic on the show because anyone who's advanced is probably already out of school, and they already know. But these basic techniques that I show you over and over, they're key to having good technique. All right? You can be the fastest person in the world, but your technique is bad. You're sloppy. You're not going to get the power, speed, and everything that you want, all right, or that you could possibly get if you don't take the basics, break them down, and work on the basics. All right? I could be 6th, 7th degree back in the day. My grandmaster, Mu Young Lee, God rest his soul, would always tell me what I was doing wrong if I did anything. If I broke boards, I broke 5, 10, 15 boards, it doesn't matter. You know what you did? And he enjoyed, and he was always right. But he'd look to see my weak points. And that was at a 6th degree black belt master. But he was a 9th degree grandmaster. And I just said, I'm sorry, sir, I'll try better next time. All right? We can always improve. All right? Front snap kick, doom, very basic, boom. I'm extending that foot out, boom. Look, and I chamber, hit, come back, chamber. Chamber, hit, come back, chamber, and then come down into a fighting stance. All right? Now we have a side thrust. We're going to do a front snap, side thrust. All right? Side thrust is a basic kick. All right? Basic kick, side thrust. All right? Pick up your leg. And I tell people that start the school, take your foot and do this. Leave it like that when you throw the kick. That's your knife edge. That's the knife edge of your foot. And that's what you want to hit with. Because it's the smallest part of your foot, sort of like here. Instead of hitting with a flat part here and you hit here, big difference on the generation of power. All right? Generating through this part here, because it's a small area, hitting a small area on your target. All right? So you want to think of that. It's not being flat, which if you get slapped or you get hit, it can be 100% more power with the smaller area, which would be the knife edge. Same thing with the side thrust. If you kick with the flat part of your foot, not even going to be close to the angle. See, I can't even put my foot out flat like that. If you don't do it for a million years, your body's not used to it. It says, what are you doing? And it wants to correct. So as I try to show you anything wrong, my brain's going, correct it quick. And I have to force myself to put my foot or my hand in the wrong position. All right? And that's, Pavlov's dog. Look it up. Not that there's a bell or anything or any treats, but all right, so I don't know. Front snap kick, touch the ground in front of you, all right? So front snap kick, touch the ground very quickly. I'm not touching the ground with my heel. Once you touch with your heel, gravity pulls you down. You got to pick that heel back up. Let's not put the heel down and we don't have to worry about anything. All right, so you're here, front snap, touch the ground, ball of my foot, then pick up chamber, all right? So say you were doing a break. Front snap, touch, side thrust. See what I'm saying? Side thrust. I'm going midsection, not going high section. I'm going to keep it low. All right? So front snap, boom, boom. I could do 2 kicks in the front, too. One lower, one a little higher. That's fast. You go boom, boom, boom. Then stay in a fighting stance, you're ready. All right? Front snap, touch. Up, side thrust. You're keeping that angle on your foot when you do a side thrust. You can always kick with the flat part of your foot. I never did. We kept with the knife edge of the side thrust kick. And that's especially when you're breaking boards or you want more power into your opponent. Good side thrust kick will knock someone down or it goes right through their pads. It's so strong. And then not only that, I mean, side thrust standing still is one thing, but side thrust crossing over, all right, you're picking up speed, zoom, right? From here, you're picking up speed, all right? When you cross over, see, these things come to me quick, and they're so important that I don't want you to miss anything. When you cross over, try not to cross over to the front, all right? If you're crossing over to break a board, don't go to the front, because what happens is your foot will hook up and touch your calf muscle. Unless you keep practicing, but the easy thing is to the back, all right? Now, if I go to the back, all right, check out my shoulders and everything. When I go to the back, I'm kind of tilting a little towards my opponent. So I'm coming in, I'm crossing, I'm up, and my body is this way. I'm not kicking this way, I'm not kicking. I'm here, crossing to the back. Now there's nothing to interfere. Like if I cross to the front, I'd be hooking up. All right, think of that, something basic. And I, to this day, tournaments, exhibitions and stuff, I see black belts crossing that way. If you cross that way your whole life, then that's what you're used to. That's fine. Why make it hard for you? You want to make the martial arts so easy for your body so that you could pick up speed, no obstructions at all. Right? That's what you want to do. Speed, power, accuracy. So anything you do, you dissect it. That's what I was so lucky that I had Grandmaster Mo Young Lee. He was a stickler for every little thing that he taught us. And thank God, because I'm not that type of guy, but I've learned to be that type of guy because he was always right. Okay? So when you train, and you're training or you're teaching someone, make sure you go right down to the wire on every little aspect. Show them a couple of times and say, I showed you that, let's do it that way. All the time we have for today. Appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. We're on YouTube. We're on draketv.org. You can catch us anytime. Many, many shows. We've done shows for many years, going on 35 years in the area, in this area. All right, 35 years of show. So a lot of shows you could watch, and if you can't make it to a school, watch my show, and you'll learn Taekwondo. Thank you very much. Till next time, have fun and train hard.